back, Fleur community. I hope you're all well and having an incredible day as always. And yes, in today's video, we're going to be talking about XRPfi, the next phase on the Fleur network. Let's jump in. So we're starting here on X with this recently published article from the Fleur Network's account. And yes, it's talking about XRPfi, the next phase. So let's read through this and I will give you my thoughts as we are going through. XRPfi began with a question. What happens when XRP, one of the most widely held assets in crypto, can actually move into programmable finance? XRP answered it. By bridging XRP onto Fleur as active capital, it turned a held asset into one that could be deployed, lent, staked, traded, used as collateral, and routed into vault strategies. The first phase tested that thesis, and the numbers held up. Fleur is now the largest XRPfi ecosystem in the market. Around $200 million worth in XRP total value locked, anchoring a $440 million ecosystem. 28% growth over the period and 3.4 million plus XRP DeFi transactions across 16,500 users since launch. And you can see these statistics here, which are absolutely mind-blowing considering how early we are in the XRP or the F asset revolution that is starting with XRP, but trust me, it's going to be expanded to reach many more assets too. XRP is simply setting the stage for what is to come. If we scroll down here, capital moved, markets formed, XRP started doing more than waiting. The first phase proved demand, the next phase is about scale, and three pieces of the stack are coming online to drive it. So, what the first phase exposed? The first phase also showed where XRPfi needs to mature. User experience is still fragmented. Vault capacity fills quickly and dilutes returns. Yield hasn't always felt strong enough to compete for attention, and the distribution matters as much as protocol design. XRP holders shouldn't have to find their way to XRPfi. XRPfi should reach them, and this is extremely important. If you want to reach the masses, then this is how you do it. I'll be talking a little bit more about this in just a moment. These aren't reason to doubt the thesis, they are the next set of problems to solve. Early infrastructure proves that something can work, the next stage proves it can scale. That's what the upcoming launches are built for. So the next phase is 3 unlocks. The next phase targets the bottlenecks that were discovered and exposed: strategy, depth, distribution, and user experience. One of the things that they're going to be implementing here is more vault choice. A new XRP vault launches on Fleur with a multi-strategy mandate that combines on-chain and off-chain return sources. It sets the template for what comes next, a broader menu of vaults on Fleur across different risk profiles, curators, and yield mechanics, so XRP holders can match strategies to preferences instead of choosing the only option available. Some users want fully on-chain transparency, others want managed exposure, liquidity-first design, or more sophisticated returns. A real financial system needs all of them, so this is talking about diversification within the vaults themselves. Of course, there are riskier strategies that will earn higher yield, and then you have people that may prefer to do a low-risk strategy for less returns, and there's going to be choices that you will be able to make as a holder of XRP. So let's talk about F Assets version 1.3, direct minting. F Assets version 1.3 upgrades the rails underneath FXRP. The core change is direct minting via the XRP ledger destination tags. An XRP holder can send XRP from an XRPL address, including from exchanges that allow destination tags, and have XRP minted directly to a Flare address without going through a separate bridge interface. Combined with decoupled minting capacity and additional safety controls, this is what makes exchange integrations possible at scale. Version 1.3 unlocks the next wave of integrations. Testing on Songbird is nearly complete and mainnet launch is imminent. So this is about a direct front end with Flare smart accounts. A standalone decentralized application lets XRP holders sign in directly from their XRPL wallet, deposits into FXRP vaults, and allocate to strategies in a single signature. Flare smart accounts handle the mechanics underneath: gas abstraction, XRPL-based signing, and transaction execution on Flare, so the users do not have to manage the bridging and approval steps that fragment most decentralized finance today. It supports multiple XRP Ledger native wallets, with one major partner live on day one, I'm assuming the Zarman wallet, and more to follow. This is the layer that turns XRPfi from a power user surface into something the next wave of XRP holders can actually use. So let me break down this paragraph for you. It's talking about abstracting the complexities associated with getting your XRP from the XRP ledger and putting it to work on the Flare network. Of course, you guys here listening to these videos all the time are very intimately familiar with the process, the F asset protocol, but the XRP ledger community is very wide and broad, and not many of them have this intimate knowledge that we do of the Flare network. What this is going to unlock is the ability for an XRP holder on the XRP ledger to basically earn yield on their XRP in just a single transaction. So all of the complexity of going through the F asset protocol and going to the dApp, inputting your Flare wallet and doing all of these transactions is abstracted from the user. They just click a button, hey presto, they're earning yield. So yield is the interface, not the product. It's tempting to reduce XRPfi to one number, the APY. That's the visible surface. Underneath are the things that make a financial system work: collateral, liquidity, credit, hedging, staking, structured products, risk transfer. If XRPfi is only a search for the highest short-term rate, it stays very shallow. If it becomes a connected system where XRP can move between risk profiles and financial uses, it becomes something much larger. XRPL stays the asset and settlement layer. Flare provides the compute data and execution layer. XRP has been awakened. Now it gets the distribution. This is extremely exciting, especially when we look here at the various opportunities that are already available for XRP holders. You can see here talking about some of the metrics, and these are all of the decentralized applications that you can currently use FXRP within. Now, of course, you look at some of these here, some of them are associated with vaults, for example, Firelight, which is entering phase 2 in the very near future. In addition to that, you also have various opportunities with these vaults. So some are risky, some are not so risky, and Flare are saying here that there are going to be many curated vaults that offer yield on XRP so that we have the option to choose, depending on our risk appetite. If we also look up here to the F asset dashboard, you can see just how much adoption we are seeing with the F asset protocol. And, this is just going to continue going up and to the right. More and more XRP is being bridged over to the Flare network because XRP is traditionally a dormant asset, and people are starting to wake up and really want to earn yield and start compounding early on their XRP, and the Flare network is the perfect place to do that. Now, I want to bring this to your attention. This is a video from Uphold, and they're explaining how the Flare network unlocks XRP's potential and their specific integrations within the Flare network. Let's give it a listen.
We're really excited to be working very closely with leaders in the XRP DeFi ecosystem. We're close partners with Flare. We're letting people easily move between the XRP ledger, the XRP they hold on Uphold, and the Flare network. Once their XRP has been moved to the Flare network, we're going to give users more ways to deploy that XRP, whether it's insurance protocols, borrowing and lending, and other innovative staking features that earn a yield on your XRP.
How about that? So Uphold, with around 2 billion XRP in their custody, is going to be offering services for the users to be able to earn a yield. This is almost like a gateway for a bridge from the users to the Flare network, where they don't necessarily even have to know that they are interacting with Flare. Now, I've had a lot of criticism in the past talking about what good is FXRP if it means has no influence on the price of FLR. With the recent changes of the new proposal, FIP16, the deflationary mechanics is going to increase massively. The deflationary pressures of all of this activity that stems from the use of the F asset protocol. This is absolutely huge. We know that the FIRE entity is going to be gathering fees from the F asset protocol and using some of that to actually burn and decrease the inflation rate for the FLR token, with hopes of actually getting it to a neutral position or even a deflationary position. This, for you as a holder, should be extremely bullish, and yes, I'm extremely excited. I hope that you guys are too. If you did enjoy the video, please feel free to like it. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not already. Have yourself an incredible weekend. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I'm out.
Mission Control, we have liftoff.